Welcome to the Push by Black Show. I'm your host, Christian, and this is going to be a little bit different than normal. So last week, the Bears played the Washington Commanders, and I recorded a show. It was in 4 parts because I watched it from home. And typically when I do the 4 parts, I got to go and combine them and do some editing and such. And I didn't, because normally I record thoughts at the end of every quarter. So by the time I got done with the game and the recording, I was tired, and I had to get up early for the job. And then in my head, I was like, I'm gonna post this on a Monday or on a Tuesday, and life just didn't give me the time to do that. So this is the intro for what I'm going to call a Bears Megacast today. So basically, it's gonna be the Washington Redskins thoughts. And then it's going to be the Saints thoughts, because I just got home from watching the Saints game, and I have thoughts. The Saints game is probably going to be a lot quicker because reasons, and I'll explain that in a second. And what I mean is, in a second, I'm going to record the Saints thoughts right after this, and then I'm going to combine all of everything into one pod or into one video. So anyway, that's the intro. So if it's a little weird this week, that's why. You're going to get a 2-for-1 today. What up, people? Welcome to the Push Wild Black Show. I'm your host, Christian, and this is the Bearscast for week 5. This is the end of the first quarter of the Washington game, and the Bears are up 6-0, but they're in the red zone. So I have no doubt that they're going to score at the beginning of the second quarter. So the offense has been okay. They haven't reached the end zone yet. The defense has been awesome. They've gotten 2 takeaways on an interception and on a fumble recovery. So I have no doubt in my mind that the Bears are going to score. And I'll see y'all at the end of the second quarter. Later. All right, so this is a test. Let me see if I can record on my phone and check out the ESPN real quick to do the stats. So this is halftime of the Bears and Washington game. So Bears are leading 13-7 against the Commanders, and Caleb Williams 10 of 17, 85 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Matter of fact, as I was recording the thoughts of the first quarter, I messed up a couple of times. So as I'm recording the first quarter thoughts, Caleb Williams ran in for that touchdown. Jaden Daniels, 11 of 10, 74 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That 4th down and 1, I don't like that play. I don't like that play at all for the Bears. I feel like they could have ran that in, but I don't know. Like it. Bears are okay. Bears have been playing okay. It's not bad. It's not awesome, but it's not bad. They have been able to run the ball a little bit in regards to the running game, which I like. Caleb is throwing the ball to 6 receivers, so the offense is open. It's just Washington's good to hang around. So I'm hoping, like, they have the ball coming into the second half. So I want to see what the Bears do defensively to stop. I'm having a brain freeze. To stop the Commanders from scoring and taking because if they get a touchdown and they kick an extra point, then they're up by 1. So I'm hoping that the Bears defense stops the Commanders again. The Commanders did have a chance at a field goal, and it hit the upright. So defense has played very good. Offense has played okay. Let me see if I can get like some more stats real quick. My tablet died, and it's still letting me record, I think. So hold on. Yep, still letting me record, I think. Still orange. All right, so Gamecast, box score. We're live producing here. Okay. So I gave y'all Caleb Williams stats already. DJ Moore, receiving. I'm gonna go receiving. So DJ Moore, 3 receptions, 42 yards. DeAndre Swift, 1 reception, 12 yards. Roman Dunse, 1 reception, 11 yards. Zacchaeus, 1 reception, 10 yards. Colston Loveland, there's a sighting, 1 reception, 5 yards. Luther Burden, 2 receptions, 5 yards. Cole Kmet, 1 reception, no gain. The running game, DeAndre Swift is having a good game so far. 7 carries, 54 yards, and let's see, Kyle. I'm going to say his name wrong. Kyle Moonguy, 2 carries, 10 yards. DJ Moore, 1 carry, 6 yards. Roshan Johnson, 1 carry, 6 yards. Caleb Williams, 2 carries, 5 yards. Got that touchdown. And let's see. Yep. So that's basically it as far as that goes. Most of the good parts of the game so far has been in the first quarter with the defense, but hopefully Bears stop the Commanders. I still got to get used to them being the Commanders now, even though it's been a few years. Still got to get used to that. But yeah, hopefully they stop the Commanders from scoring in the beginning of the second half, and we get another touchdown. I don't like after getting an interception, the plays being called after getting the interception weren't good, but, they're winning, so I'm not going to complain that much. Let's see if they're still going to let me. Yep, it's still going. So that actually worked. Third quarter, into the third quarter, the Bears are down 17-16. We get in the red zone. We can't get in the end zone. We got close to the end zone. We got in the red zone. There was a touchdown catch for Roma Dunze. There was a legal formation penalty because I wouldn't have called that, and I hate people that claim on the refs and stuff. I wouldn't have called that. Like, that was minuscule, but it is what it is. You ain't going to get that call on the road. It's fine. I just don't, like, the defense is okay, but they, I just, it's frustrating because we have good moments and then we don't have good moments. Bears have good moments and the Bears don't. And it seems like every time we get close, something happens. And just like with the last play before the end of the third quarter, Caleb holds on to the ball way too long. Let go of the ball, man. And the last play, it was a bobble snap, and that happens. So now they're going to kick a field goal again. And like as I'm recording this part, they're lining up for a 40-yard attempt. So I'm going to watch this. And it's a block. Good. Are you serious? They blocked the field goal. So it's 14 minutes and 55 seconds. They line up for the field goal. Field goal is blocked. See y'all at the end of the game, man. Like, this is... They gonna fuck around and have Washington win this game again, just like last year on a bullshit-ass reason. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Bears figure this shit out, but okay. So the Bears win 25-24 off a game-winning field goal. This fourth quarter recording will be really quickly because they won, and it was two major, other than the field goal, there was two major plays that happened. There was a fumble recovery by the Bears because of a bad snap in Washington, and then there was a 55-yard reception from Swift off of a check down, and the Bears were able to pull it off. Let me get you the last stats of the game, and then I'm out of here because I got to get up in the morning. Let's see. All right. So, box score. Hold on, let me go back. There we go. Okay. Caleb Williams, 17-29, 252 yards, one touchdown in passing. He also had one touchdown in rushing. Let's see. 4 carries, -2 yards. Now that 2 yards. Now that was because of a sack, basically. But he did have one touchdown. It was actually 5 yards. That touchdown was actually, that rush touchdown was actually 5 yards. So it ended up being like his total was 4 yards. DeAndre Swift had for rushing, had a receiving, two receiving catches, 67 yards, one touchdown, including that 55-yard reception. Luther Burden, 4 receptions, 51 yards. DJ Moore, 3 receptions, 42 yards. Roma Dunze, 2 receptions, 32 yards. And let's see. That was basically it of note. There was about 1, 2, 3, 4. It was pretty balanced receiving. I think there were 8 receivers. Yep, 8 receivers. And in rushing, this is where DeAndre Swift had a cool game for, as far as like offensively. 14 carries, 108 yards, 7.7 yards per carry, and that was basically the big day for him. At 108 yards. It didn't seem like it. If you watch the game, it was kind of chunks here and there. It was chunks here and there. It was little spots, but when it was important, he was able to get just enough. And like I said, that 55-yard reception off a check down was really cool. They got one fumble recovery, and they got two fumble recoveries, and then one interception defensively. So yeah, they won. Like there were moments that it was rough, but they're on a 3-game winning streak now, and Washington's a good team. If they would have lost, I would have said they're bum slayers, but now I'm not sure. They might be okay. And they should win more than 5 games now. So I don't see them losing the rest of their game for the rest of the season. So I'm good that they won today. Let's see. And special teams. Hold on. All right. Jake Moody, 4 out of 5 field goals. That one field goal that he missed was a block. And his longest one was 48 yards long. So, yeah, man. Glad that they won. It was a tough game. They pulled it out. It wasn't a lot of stupid play calling. So, we might have some here. We might be okay. I'm good. I'm happy that we're okay. Let's see who's next. Hold on. My tablet died, so we're doing all this on my phone. Okay, so the next game is... Hold on. No, I read that right. Next game is against the Saints. So... Next game is the Saints at noon. This should be an easy win for the Bears. This should be one of those games where the Bears should be able to go completely off for this game for the Saints, because the Saints are bad. The Saints are fun, but they're just bad. They haven't figured out how to win yet. So, but this should be a game for Ben Johnson and the Bears to go off. And this should be fun because the Saints have a pretty good offense. And Spencer Rattler, the team is bad. He's not bad. They actually know how to call an offense. It's just the team is not good. So Bears should win that game. I don't want to say easy, but Bears should win that game. It should be fun. But glad they won today. That was cool. That was cool that they figured it out. All right, football blackout later. Oh, and P.S. This is probably going to be posted late because it is 11 and I don't feel like trying to edit this and make the recording. So what this is probably going to be, this is probably going to turn into a late posting like tomorrow evening when I get off. So, and I might have to do another video because of the situation. There's a couple of certain situations going on with my job. Might have to, in my apartment complex, I might have to do a lot of these later. I might have to post a lot of these later, but we'll get into that next week. I have to see how things go. Anyway, now I'm out of here. Later. All right, so this is my thoughts on the Saints and the Bears game. We're gonna try to do this while looking at my phone because my Mac is being weird. This is what happens when you have, let's see if it'll go. This is what happens when you have a old computer. So let's see if they'll let me do this still. Okay, still recording. So, because I went on the whole thing and it wasn't recording before, but okay, we're going to do this again. All right, so the Bears win against the Saints 26-14. I don't know how I feel about this game because defense played well. They took the ball out of Caleb's hands, and he didn't play bad. It's just he played okay, and there was an interception. There was no touchdowns. He didn't really run around. The story of the game was the defense. I think the Bears got 4 takeaways, 3 interceptions, and because Rattler threw 3 interceptions, and the running game was just crazy. Swift had a good game. I cannot say his name. Kyle Monangai had a good game. Swift had 19 carries, 124 yards, 14 yards receiving. Monangai had 13 carries, 81 yards. Both had touchdowns. DJ and the Bears ended up running for a good over 200 yards. Here's the thing: the defense played well. The Saints are a really bad football team. They're not a good football team at all. Highlights and that they had me fooled. Highlights may make you think that even though they have a bad record, that Rattler is doing his thing. He's just on a bad football team. Rattler is not a good quarterback, and this is the first time of me watching him since college, and he was pedestrian in college because I watched him play in Oklahoma, and he wasn't good. And part of that is I don't necessarily know because I don't know how Kellen Moore and their offensive coordinator is calling the game because I'm not sure if they're using some of what he did in Philly or a lot of what he did in Dallas, because a lot of what he did in Dallas was like super pass happy stuff, and there was a lot of volume passes. And Dak had one of his best years under Kellen Moore as a play caller, but he threw a lot of picks, and they didn't really go anywhere. So the frustrating thing about this game, offensively, other than the running game, is there were 2 snaps where the center exchange was bad, and they kept getting in the red zone, but they couldn't convert it to touchdowns. You can't do that with a good team. You're able to get away with that on a bad team with the Saints. You're not going to be able to get away with that with a good team. We got Baltimore next, and I don't know if Lamar is going to play. If it's Cooper Rush, then yeah, you might have an opportunity here. But if it's Lamar, the Bears need to score every time they're in the red zone. Like settling for field goals is not the look. So, all right. So we had Tremaine Edmonds, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. Where's the interceptions at? Because Rattler threw 3 of them. So Nathan Wright had an interception. Tremaine Edmonds had an interception. Kevin Boyd III had an interception. And let's see. I know there was a fumble somewhere. I know there was a fumble. I can't find it though, but I know they have 4 takeaways. But defensively it was fun. Offensively, it was like, come on, get in the end zone, get in the end zone, get in the end zone. Please don't kick a field goal. They kept kicking field goals. But New Orleans that's not a good football team. They have ability there, and they have a play caller, but I don't know. They're not good. So, but defense played well. Running game was good, and Caleb. I don't want to put this because this is second year, first year with Ben Johnson. I don't want to put this in the Mitch Trubisky, Matt Nagy playoff year where Matt got Coach of the Year, even though we're literally watching the games and we're like, they're not a good football team, but they keep winning. I don't want to put this in that category because I do think last year, Matt Eberflus, and I like Matt Eberflus as a coordinator, and I think the situation in Dallas is a poor representation of him as a defense coordinator because they don't have a pass rush and letting Michael it would have been cool to see what Matt can do with Micah Parsons on that team, but they don't have one. He didn't really have a pass rush in Chicago either. It's just they kind of made one. They kind of figured it out as they went. That being said, Matt Eberflus, the Bears are already at 4 wins this season. Matt Eberflus's head coaching ability versus Ben Johnson's head coaching ability. The football IQ as a coach and as a strategist in general, Ben is better. That's a better team, but there are certain things that even though I don't like some of the execution still, there were games won because of coaching, and I feel like that's a plus. So this game was, and I'm not gonna hold y'all. This game was cool defensively, but offensively there's still a lot to be desired. I'm not gonna get mad at Caleb on those 2 issues in the red zone with the snap because that's kind of more of the center and him, and they'll figure it out. But yeah, it was a good win today. It was good. I'm worried about. I thought I'd be worried about this team because New Orleans, they look fun on highlights, but Rattler's not accurate at all, and I'm worried for next week because I don't know who they're playing. Who they're playing at quarterback. If it's Lamar, if it's Cooper Rush or anybody else, then it's I think Huntley's on the team too. Bears might have a chance. But other than that, push while blackout. Later.